If you're researching Mission 1000 and trying to understand the Hub-Centric business model behind it, this video will give you important context. In this Mission 1000 review series, we're breaking down the core framework of the hub economy, starting with how centralized digital hubs differ from traditional online setups. Here's Vic explaining the model in detail.
So 2.5 years ago, man, time flies, really. We came up with a concept, an idea of not a funnel, right? Not a funnel, not a website. That stuff is outdated. But the future of business, the future of marketing, the future is what we call a hub. Okay? A hub. A hub is kind of like an island. Okay? It's kind of like an island. And so what it does is imagine this is an ocean and you have an island in the ocean and you own it. It's your place. This is your island, right? So what's a hub? A hub is not a website, even though it has a website. So it needs to have a few components. So I'm trying to talk to you about the anatomy of a $10,000 per day affiliate hub. Okay? You guys checking with me so far? Good stuff? Okay? A hub. A hub, what would we say a definition of a hub is last time? A center of activity. Remember that, right? Center of activity. Is a website a center of activity? 30%, 20% maybe. Is a funnel a center of activity? Heck no. Funnel is transactional. Website is a brochure. In fact, funny thing, funnel builders used to make fun of websites. And they're like, funnel is better than a website, right? But then I think they changed their mind. And then you look at like Amazon. What's Amazon? Is that a website? Amazon is not a website. Amazon is a hub, right? So watch this. When I go to Amazon, for me to buy something, I have to create an account. And then for me to keep buying, I have to log in to my account, right? So it's a hub, right? Apple, Tesla, all these places that you see, NerdWallet, right? There's a front end and a back end. So we're going to talk about hub a little bit here, but we're going to talk about it in terms of affiliate marketing, in terms of making money. You guys want to talk about making money? Okay? The reason I was showing you all those things is a couple things. Number one, make sure that you understand the power of a correctly put together system. Second thing is don't make the same mistakes I made, right? Never depend on any one company. Amazon does not depend on one product or one company or one vendor, do they? Right? Apple, same thing. Neither should you. And neither will we, right? Second thing is make sure that the people that you're working with, don't set them up to just one day find themselves to be out, starting from scratch again. I want you to build your business. The only way that you're going to build a real business is not by having a website, not by having a funnel, but having a hub. And so a hub is a center of activity. Okay? A center of activity. So what you guys are seeing here is an example of a syndicated live event on a hub. Keep that in mind. I'm going to show you a demo here in just a second. We're just a few minutes away here from a demo. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to hook you up if you want to with one of these. So let me show you how this works. Imagine if my board is an ocean and this is your island. What do you want to happen here? Well, you need to have commerce going on. You need to have activity. You need to have that be bubbly. You need to have that be like looking cool, nice music, vibes, and all these other cool things, right? You want your hub to look amazing. You want your island to look great. Yes? So watch this. Funnel is needed. Couple of things we have here in the hub, right? We have, think of funnels as pathways to your hub. Okay? Funnel. So a funnel concept is needed, is good, but it wasn't everything. Funnel needs to be connected, and it's like a pathway to your hub. It's like a port. A ship has to be able to come in. Make sense? Simple. So what we do is we promote funnel. So here's funnel concept. You got your landing page, the typical funnel stuff, right? Landing page, people opt into your list. Okay? Boom. Now what happens though is this. And you can have multiple funnels obviously, and you should, okay? Here's the biggest thing. You guys hear me out. If you don't get anything else from this, this is the future of business. Watch. The difference between the funnel concept, the website concept, and a hub is with a hub, you have one domain. You have a home address. Okay, where you live, you have an address. 123mainstreet.com, right? City, state, country. Okay? Online, you need to have one address. The problem with a funnel is you have an address for every funnel, right? You got 25 different addresses, and you're like, I'm selling this product, I got to remember this address, and this product and this address. And you cannot really have a real business. An address, I'm talking domain, right? So you have one domain per funnel. Here's a big game changer. With a hub concept, you have one domain, and everything you do revolves around that one domain. Does that make sense? Everything you do revolves around that one domain. So that one domain becomes your powerhouse. It becomes your home on the internet. It becomes your business. It becomes your nerd wallet. It becomes your creditkarma.com. Do you track with me? Credit Karma does not have xyz.com leading to this offer. You know, xyz.com leading to that offer. They have creditkarma.com, and everything happens there. That's why they got sold for $7.4 billion, right? Everything you do happens there. So these funnels here, you have one domain, okay? Main domain. And that's it. And that becomes your business for the rest of your career.
If you're serious about building a centralized digital hub and not just experimenting with disconnected tools, I recommend going through the full Mission 1000 webinar now. It explains the entire framework in detail and shows how the hub system is designed to work in practice. The link is below. Review it carefully and decide whether this structure aligns with your long-term goals.